Hello, everybody. I am Mike May of Horizon Consulting, co-author with God of Business with Purpose. So, last night, as I was talking with a tax client, and I was trying to actually encourage him to get into my office and get his taxes filed. And then this came out of my mouth. Filing your taxes is an actual spiritual act of worship. Now, that may be an interesting declaration. And the question is that biblically sound? The short answer is it's yes, because in Romans chapter 13, verses 1 through 9, Apostle Paul actually talks about honoring the government and in quite a bit of detail. And to a lesser extent, Apostle Peter talks about it in 1 Peter chapter 2. So what does Paul teach? Well, he says that we're to honor the government. He wants us to be responsible stewards in our relationship to government, including paying our taxes. So that has been clearly laid out in the scriptures. And furthermore, Jesus was challenged by the Herodians before he got crucified, and they were vehemently against him, and they wanted to trap him in his words. And they even said, should we pay taxes to Caesar? And Jesus said, show me a denarius. And he said, whose name and inscription is on this? And they said, Caesar's. Then he said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God's. So Jesus, and then more clarification through Apostle Paul and Apostle Peter, a spiritual act of worship of filing taxes is actually biblical. But another thing I want to share also is when we do file our taxes and are responsible stewards, I want to share some things that I think are very, very important. First of all, let's report our taxes honestly with integrity, and also not care about what government is in power at the time and whether or not we agree with what they are acting out on policies or even a party, and if we're not agreeable to what they're doing, that doesn't justify us cheating or not reporting our taxes properly. I believe that we're actually in our act of worship of filing our taxes is before a holy God and holy God alone. And he sees our hearts. He doesn't want our hearts with anger or judgment or a critical spirit when filing our taxes because we want to get the man. And I don't believe for a second that is where our heart should be when taking care of our responsibilities in filing our taxes. In Canada and the United States, the filing tax deadlines are, in Canada, it's April 30th for people who don't have businesses, and April 15th for those in the United States. So that's the filing deadline. So that's one thing we should pay attention to. And then report all of our slips and other benefits that we're allowed to claim as another responsible part. And finally, I want to encourage those who donate to charities, especially that have registered numbers, make a claim on your tax return. And that is something that God has allowed because of the generosity of our Canadian and American governments allowing charities to be, and our charitable giving be a deduction on our tax returns. So these are some things I just want us to consider when filing our taxes. So taxes, its filing, is an act of worship. And I hope that this message has resonated well. God bless you and have a wonderful day, everyone.